The air crackled with anticipation. The crowd roared, a wave of sound that washed over the stadium. Lil Woadie, a whirlwind of energy, commanded the stage. He moved with a confidence that was magnetic. His lyrics, raw and real, resonated with the thousands who had come to see him. The stage lights pulsed, casting an array of colors across the frenzied audience. Woadie fed off their energy, his voice growing stronger with each verse. This was his element, his domain. He was a master at work, painting pictures with his words, weaving stories with his rhymes. Backstage, Chloe watched from the wings, her heart swelling with pride. She knew the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into his music. To see him shine like this, on a stage this big, it was a dream come true. She smiled, her eyes sparkling with love and admiration. This was her man, her king. The music faded, the crowd's cheers still echoing in the air. Woadie stepped off the stage, sweat dripping from his brow, a wide grin on his face. Chloe was there, waiting with open arms. He pulled her close, their hug a silent conversation of love and support.
You were amazing,
She whispered, her voice hoarse from cheering. He chuckled, the sound deep and rumbling in his chest.
We were amazing.
He corrected, pressing a kiss to her forehead. For a moment, the chaos of the concert faded away. It was just the two of them, lost in their own little world. He took her hand, his fingers intertwining with hers.
Come on, let's get out of here. Let's celebrate.
Chloe squeezed his hand, a sense of contentment washing over her. This was her life, her love, and she wouldn't trade it for the world. The next morning, the world exploded. A paparazzi photo, grainy and taken in the dead of night, surfaced online. It showed Woadie and Chloe leaving a club, hand in hand. His arm was wrapped protectively around her waist, her head tilted up at him, their faces close. It was an intimate moment, caught and splashed across the internet for all to see. Social media went wild. Fans and critics alike dissected the photo, their opinions as varied as their usernames. Some were thrilled for the couple, sending messages of love and support. Others, however, were not so kind. Hateful comments flooded their timelines, questioning Chloe's motives, her past, her very existence. Chloe scrolled through the comments, her stomach churning with each swipe. The words, cruel and cutting, felt like physical blows. She had known fame came with a price, but this felt different. This felt personal. She looked up at Woadie, his face etched with concern.
Don't let them get to you.
He said, his voice low and soothing, but his words did little to ease the storm raging inside her. Derek, Woadie's manager, paced the room, his phone glued to his ear.
We need to control this narrative. The longer we stay silent, the worse it's going to get.
He looked at Woadie, his expression grim.
This is the music industry, man. You know how this game is played.
Woadie ran a hand over his face, his brow furrowed in thought. He had always been a private person, preferring to let his music speak for itself. The thought of airing his personal life for the world to dissect made his skin crawl. But he also knew Derek was right. Silence was no longer an option.
We need to address this head on. We can't let them define us. We define us.
Woadie looked at her, his eyes wide with surprise. He hadn't expected that from her. He had expected fear, anger, maybe even tears. But this was strength. This was his Chloe. The announcement came as a shock to everyone. Lil Woadie and Chloe, in a move that surprised even their closest confidants, decided to hold a press conference. They would address the rumors, the speculation, the hate, head on. The news spread like wildfire, fanning the flames of an already out-of-control firestorm. Journalists from every major media outlet clamored for access. The conference room was packed, a sea of cameras and microphones, all hungry for a story. Woadie and Chloe sat side by side, their hands clasped tightly together on the table before them. The air crackled with anticipation. The silence stretched, thick and heavy. All eyes were on them, waiting for the truth to be revealed. And then Woadie spoke. His voice, though quiet, commanded the room. Woadie's words were measured, chosen carefully. He spoke of Chloe with respect, with admiration, with love. He defended their relationship, their right to privacy, their right to love whomever they chose. But even as he spoke, Chloe could see the doubt in the eyes of some reporters. She knew their words would be twisted, their motives questioned. The court of public opinion was a fickle beast, quick to judge, slow to forgive. But despite the fear gnawing at her insides, Chloe held her head high. She would not be deterred. She would not be silenced. This was bigger than just them. This was about standing up for what they believed in, for who they loved. This was about challenging the narratives, breaking down the walls, and paving the way for others to love freely and openly, without fear of judgment or reprisal. Woadie finished speaking, his gaze meeting Chloe's. He gave her a small, reassuring nod. It was her turn now. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for the onslaught of questions, the scrutiny, the judgment. She began to speak, her voice clear and strong. She spoke of their love story, how it had blossomed from a chance encounter to a deep, abiding connection. She spoke of Woadie's kindness, his humor, his unwavering support. She spoke of the challenges they faced, the scrutiny they endured, the constant battle to protect their love from the glare of the spotlight. But through it all, she emphasized, their love had only grown stronger. They had learned to lean on each other, to trust their instincts, to value their bond above all else. And that, she declared, was something worth fighting for. Section 8, a sea of speculation. The press conference ended, leaving a wave of speculation in its wake. Some were swayed by their words, their sincerity shining through the carefully crafted facade. They saw a love story, unconventional yet genuine. But others remained skeptical, their cynicism a shield against the vulnerability on display. The internet, as always, was a battleground of opinions. Trending hashtags oscillated between support and condemnation. Articles were published, dissecting their every word, every glance, every gesture. The noise was deafening, threatening to drown out the quiet truth that lay at the heart of it all. Chloe and Woadie retreated from the public eye, seeking solace in the quiet of their love. They knew the storm wasn't over, the whispers wouldn't cease, but they also knew they had weathered worse, and they would weather this too, together. Section 9, Chloe's truth. Days turned into weeks. The initial frenzy began to die down, replaced by a low hum of speculation. Chloe, however, refused to let the negativity define her. She poured her energy into her passions, her art, her activism. She used her platform to speak out against cyberbullying, to advocate for mental health awareness, to amplify the voices of the marginalized and the unheard.
I refuse to be silenced. I refuse to be a victim.
Her strength resonated. People were drawn to her authenticity, her vulnerability, her unwavering determination to use her voice for good. She became a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience, a testament to the power of staying true to oneself, even in the face of adversity. Section 10, Unwavering Support. Woadie watched Chloe with pride. He had always known she was special, but seeing her navigate this storm with such grace and strength filled him with a profound sense of admiration. He stood by her side, a pillar of support, his love for her unwavering. He knew their journey wouldn't be easy. The spotlight was unforgiving, the court of public opinion fickle and cruel, but he also knew that their love was a force to be reckoned with. They would face whatever challenges came their way, together, their bond unbreakable. They would continue to defy expectations, to challenge the status quo, to live their truth, loudly and proudly. They were Lil Woadie and Chloe, and their story was just beginning. Section 11, the story unfolds, the future stretched before them, uncertain yet full of promise. The press conference, the controversy, the scrutiny, it had all been a baptism by fire. It had tested their love, their commitment, their very beings. But it had also forged a bond that was unbreakable. They had emerged from the fire, not unscathed but stronger, more united, more determined than ever to define their own narrative. They had faced the music, and they had found their harmony. The world watched, waited, whispered. What would they do next? The answer, like their love, was a mystery waiting to be unraveled. One thing was certain, Lil Woadie and Chloe were here to stay. Their story, a testament to the enduring power of love, was far from over.